I've got Connie up on her new toy and doing a front to back tire rotation. I thought I'd share a little bit more of what I've done with the car, which is not much, but I've got the tires over here. I'm running Toyo Proxies R888s on these tires. This is the back tire here. This is probably got 3 track events. One of them was a weekend, so maybe 5 full track days on the tire. See, it's all fairly evenly worn. I'm running negative 2.7 camber in the back and about 1/8 of an inch or a little less in toe in the back. Here's the front tire and stuff. I got a little dirty the other day, but you can see it's also fairly evenly worn and stuff. I run these things at 41 pounds hot, and that seems to be about where I've got to be to keep the sidewalls straight. You'll see that I'm barely touching the markers. Cars crossing it sometimes and stuff, but fairly even. Might could use a little fine tuning. So over here on the back, I've got the coilover kit in the front that from Ground Control, and it comes with this conversion to standard race springs and a Connies race shock. Added that limiting cable to keep it from loosening up the spring when it gets light over some of the curbing. It's got a camber arm in the back. All the suspension bushings and arms, everything is replaced. I'm running stock brakes. I'll show you some pads and stuff that came off earlier. And stuff, and just BBC red stuff pads and stock brakes. Up on the front is the coilover kit from Ground Control. I must say it works fantastic. People have told me about the weakness of the towers, but I've pounded the car and I ain't never done a thing to any of it. So here on the front, it's a really nice setup, and it really does well. It gives you the access to standard racing springs and stuff. I've got some brake cooling ducts that I got started with. I'll have to add a fan because it pulls from underneath the license plate area on the front, and there's going to be a valve there that's going to prevent air from getting in there. I just split a hose and covered the opening. Spread it out to both sides. And that's it. Nothing too fancy going on. I'll show you the brakes that came off from last brake change. These brakes, rotors and pads, probably ran, gosh, as much as I'm gonna guess 10, 12 really hard track events. And you can see the pads are fairly evenly worn from the front. They're cooked from the heat. Same on the other side. Back brakes. You can see the back brakes are also cooked, but evenly worn all the way down. And it's nice to get the back brakes working so well, because it really adds the ability to get the cars way down. And after all that pounding, the rotors, they're hardly got nothing on them. The rotors could go for years. A lot of people think that you need to put bigger brakes on these cars, but the truth is that you can hammer the brakes, it'll lock the wheels up. I mean, you can't get more braking than that. What you need after that is heat management. And heat management on the car with the brakes is a lot more important than bigger brakes. What you got to do sometimes is you got to bring the car in deep into the corner lay on the brakes as hard as possible, get the car woed down, and then get off the brakes and let them cool. A lot of times on the track, people will drag their foot into the corner, and they also drag their foot off the brake as they come out of the corner, and just build up a tremendous amount of heat in the brakes. You got to get on them late, get on them once, get on them hard, get off of them, and let them cool and stuff. It all pays dividends in keeping your track expenses down and stuff. When you're late on the brakes coming into the corner, you put a tremendous amount of heat into the tires, and then you're ready for the corners. And when the tires are sticky, they're not wearing out. And that's kind of the thing you want, is management of your track expenses, and keeping your equipment in good order certainly pays off. Anyways, I'll share some more details about it later.